It's the first pandemic provincial election with candidates across Ontario gearing up for a fight. In 2018, the Ford Blue Wave swept across the province after a massive defeat for Kathleen Wynne and the Liberals. The NDP picked up increased support with many Liberal-led voters switching to NDP Orange. Now, 4 years later, it's time to see if things have changed. In Nepean on Saturday, Lisa MacLeod, who is also the minister in charge of tourism, culture and sport, launched her campaign. She stayed away from campaign promises during her roughly 10-minute speech, but said she's running on her record.
16 years at Queen's Park, and I have been a fighter for the residents of Nepean and Nepean Carleton. Each and every single day, the people at Queen's Park know that I represent the City of Ottawa. They know that I'm a fighter for our community, and they know that I will get things done.
MacLeod rhymed off a list of accomplishments during her 16 years in government, including funding for 3 new elementary schools in Barrhaven, announced just last week. She's also proud of building the Vimy Memorial Bridge and for her efforts that started after multiple tornadoes hit the Ottawa region in September 2018.
I each and every single day look at the Ontario Legislature and I look up at the ceiling, and I think what an honour it is that I have been elected to be chosen to be a representative in that assembly. To represent people from the left, the right, and the middle, to make sure that when they have a voice, that it's a strong one at Queen's Park.
Now, this will be a provincial election unlike any other, held in the midst of COVID-19. The pandemic is expected to be a hot ticket election issue. MacLeod did not reference the COVID-19 pandemic during her speech, but it's an issue the Liberals have been campaigning with at the doors. Nepean Liberal candidate Tyler Watt has worked as a nurse in both hospitals and long-term care homes during the pandemic and contracted the virus himself a few months back. Now he's bringing his ideas to the table and had some say in the Liberal Party's health platform. Watt says the Conservative government should have done more to keep transmission low and have better access to testing.
I think that they were really late on a lot of the things that they could have done to be more preventative in our handling of COVID. For example, we still don't have paid sick days. That's one thing that we could easily change that would help people stay home when they're sick. Because a lot of people have to go to work so they can afford their bills. But if they had those 10 paid sick days, which we've been advocating for ad nauseum this entire pandemic, that's just one simple solution that we could do to actually help people stay healthy and prevent the spread of it, right?
The Liberals say they are running many new and young candidates in ridings across Ontario, hoping it will paint the party in a new light. Just days ago, Ontario Liberal Party leader Stephen Del Duca announced if elected this summer, his party would make transit fares across the province only $1 a ride or $40 for a monthly pass. Funding municipalities would lose would then be covered by the province with this plan in place until 2024. Watt says he's all for the idea, saying it would help those on a low income.
I think it's a good idea for multiple reasons. Number one, it's going to make commuting a lot more affordable and accessible for a lot of people. This is just one of the ways that we're addressing cost of living for many. Number two, we're estimating that it's going to pull off about 400,000 cars off the road. So not only is this a way for us to make life more affordable for people that are commuting, but it also may encourage people to act more green in their travels.
The Nepean New Democrats have selected Brian Double as their candidate. He has worked in the federal government for the last 20 years and is now looking to bring his expertise to Queen's Park. The provincial election now, of course, just a few days away, and polls currently suggest that Premier Doug Ford and his progressive Conservative government will get a second term in office, again with a majority government. But here in Ottawa, there are 2 very close races to watch, including here in Ottawa West Nepean and also in Ottawa Centre. Charlie Siak, UIN News, Ottawa.